What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this I'm going to be showing you how to make Five Nights at Freddy's sister location in Minecraft. Guess what? This one includes the like custom night part that my other sister location didn't. Also I have night vision on. It is worth noting that because lighting is literal garbage and trash, both simultaneously. But yeah, here's everything. This shouldn't be too bad of a tutorial. The original sister location was probably my best, like, original FNAF map, but this one is better for sure. Without a doubt in my mind. Part 10 Circus. It's got a back wall this time. And sidewalls, actually. The other one didn't have sidewalls either. Here's a scooping room. There's some cool light thing going on. You'll see that when I'm doing the tutorial, along with in the elevator. Unfortunately, I just can't really walk through this without night vision on because it's going to look like a bunch of Cheez-Its. Not Cheez-Its, but something like Cheez-Its. Anyway, with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. There I am. Alrighty, so the stationery for this is an 84 by 69, nice. And the materials you were needing to start off are polished basalt, just basalt, polished deep slate slabs, which will probably also end up being our blocks, black stained glass blocks, light gray concrete. Oh, choices. Nether brick slabs, polished black stone slabs, cyan terracotta, and we'll go with cobblestone. That'll get like a good amount of the elevator done, I think. Where is cobblestone? There it is. Alright, starting... starting from the front left-hand corner of your 84 by 69 grid cough, go if you made it. I did not do that to stall. I actually kind of did do that to stall, and I'm also doing this to stall so I can find the note sheet. You want to start from this front left-hand corner by counting right by 40. And going right, you will place 4 polished basalt that face upward. From there, you can bring each of those polished basalts up by 4. And place a regular basalt on top. I find it very strange that polished basalt and regular basalt are directional, but smooth basalt isn't. Just a thought in my head that is very strange. Anyway, you'll kind of take either side of this, and you'll bring it back diagonally out with an additional row of the same thing. Just once for now. Kind of, you'll end up doing it twice. Not really, actually. We'll actually start with the base here. I'll say the left side because I find it easier that way. You'll go back diagonally to the left with another polished basalt. Go back by 3. Back diagonally to the right by 1. Back diagonally to the right with a cyan terracotta. Then go right with 2 sideways basalt. Cyan terracotta. Forward diagonally to the right with polished basalt, and then forward by 3. All the polished basalt should face up. Now, what you want to do is on the left and the right, you will take each of these polished basalts and you will bring them each up with 1 more polished basalt. You'll then place polished deep slate slabs on top of each. And at the front and back of the polished deep slate slabs, you'll place 2 polished deep slate blocks on top of one another. So essentially, you'll just place 1 on either side and then extend those polished deep slates up by an additional block. And then connect those top blocks together with upside down polished deep slate slabs. On top of each of the upside down slabs, you will want 1 polished basalt and then 1 regular basalt. And I end up calling it smooth basalt probably once in this build. I know it's going to happen. Well, actually, I don't know if it ever returns. I feel like polished basalt does, but I don't think smooth basalt does. Anyway, you'll take these corner polished basalts and bring them up. Or, I did tell you I was gonna do it actually. You'll place 4 polished basalt and then irregular basalt on top. I meant smooth basalt. Oh my god, I did it again. I'm just gonna stop talking. Each cyan terracotta can be brought up also by 5, like so. It's a roller coaster of a start. I'm not gonna lie. You may do this however you choose. I'm going to tell you to take the kind of... Essentially, if you look at this from an overhead, you have a square missing the corners. On each of these kind of inner diagonals where you have a basalt, you'll place a polished basalt on top, and then you can connect those together with sideways polished basalt to create a square. So if you're inside, it looks like this. You'll take, I'll say... Not the front right-hand polished basalt, but count 1 to the left and place an upset on nether brick slab here. Then you're going to bring it back 1 and then left 2. And then you'll take the right 2 most of those and bring them each back by an additional 1. Back right-hand, or I guess front right-hand 1 technically, will be brought right by 1, and the front left-hand 1 technically will be brought forward by 1. So you have this pattern, essentially. This will make a little more sense later. Why it's slabs. And then you'll have polished blackstone slabs, essentially a half a block up, that fill in the remaining space. If you want, you can just coat the top in polished blackstone slabs. I actually would. That's how I have it in the original, so. And then come back inside the elevator, I think. Let's focus on the floor. You want to essentially kind of make a ring of cobblestone around the outside here, and then make sure that, usually I tell you to leave the edges, or I guess I say it both ways, but you kind of want to include these corners here, so you essentially leave like a little circle in the middle. And then within that circle, you can just punch down a row into the grass. This will make sense later. We can't fill this in quite yet. But we will come back here in a second. On the right side of the door, you'll find you have, I guess, 2 middle polished basalt. You'll take the top more of those 2, break it, and replace it with a light gray concrete. And then I'm missing a button. That's whatever. It's not that button, by the way. Come to the outside, and on the outside of the polished deep slate slabs here, you can place black stained glass, just to create some windows. You could technically just fill this in with black concrete, because we're going to surround the black glass in black concrete anyway. And it really doesn't make that much of a difference, at least on my PlayStation monitor. But that monitor is, like, it's garbage, basically. To put it lightly, it's garbage. I'll tell you what. While we have cyan terracotta and cobblestone, let's mark out the next room back. So, essentially, you'll take the cyan terracotta on either side, which is the doorway, but it also merges with the wall. Don't ask why I did that. You'll bring it out on either side by 4. And then you'll bring the end blocks back by 5 with cyan terracotta. And then back in with... Actually, you can just connect together at the back. Fill in this rectangle here in with cobblestone. And then you can bring all of your cyan terracotta walls up with 5 cyan terracotta, just so they're essentially going to be the same height as the door that merges with the wall. And we'll punch through for the vent in a second here. I just think it's easier that way, rather than being like, leave these blocks open and then fill the rest. It would have worked that way if we had like a different block for the floor, but it is cyan terracotta in the floor there, so might as well stick with what is logical, at least to some sort of extent. There you go, that's your room. Now, straight across on the back wall from the doorway of the elevator, you will just break these bottom 2 cyan terracotta. That is all it was. Okay. Clear your inventory and get out black concrete, monster spawners. If you're... oh, I forgot these existed. Hold on, wait, sorry, I got distracted. You want actual monster spawners. If you are in survival or something, just use either iron trap doors, oak trap doors, or iron bars would work too. I think I used iron bars originally. You also want item frame, mangrove button, birch button, dark oak sign, dark oak trap door, paintings, and that will finish off the elevator. We'll need some more stuff for the next room, and we need 2 materials, ironically, to finish off the room behind, but oh well. So first off, in the floor, we have this, like, circular gap. You're gonna fill it in with black concrete, a block in, and then in line with the cobblestone, you'll fill it in with monster spawners. I feel like the old monster spawner texture would have worked better for this, but oh well. I use them anyway. So if you're looking, again, I guess, if you're at the back of the elevator, you will look to the right side where this light gray concrete will be on the wall. You'll just kind of trace it down, and up against the right wall at the back here, you'll place a dark oak trapdoor opened up against that polished basalt. On top of that, but on the back side, you'll place a dark oak sign, and then above that, it'll be a mangrove button, which should be on that light gray concrete. Oh, I got a new painting first try. That's cool. I had to make sure that you could place one there. Because off this polished deep slate slab that this mangrove button is essentially kind of touching, or I guess perpendicular with, you'll place a 1x2 painting that is not a yeehaw one, but it's this guy. How many 1x2s are there? Hold on, it's not the time for that. I forgot about it in my 1.21 live stream, so I am a little curious because I haven't seen all of them for myself yet. Anyway, where this light gray concrete / mangrove button is, you'll trace it to the other side, place an item frame. On the bottom here of this left wall, you have 4 polished basalt, and you want the back more of the 2 center ones, and you want a 1x2 painting that is the salmon bowl. And I got it second try. How nice. One last thing for the elevator, and then we can move back. You want to, on the bottom side of each of these polished basalts here on the ceiling, you'll place birch buttons. These, I believe, are lights of some kind. I think they, like, it's like one of those, like, really dim lights. Kind of like the lights that are just glowing, but don't actually emit any good light. You can leave the whole thing, and I would just surround the black glass here on the sides of the elevator with black concrete. Just so if you come back in here, there's really no holes, and it does just look like a void. I believe there's a small room kind of that you can see out here, but I didn't add it. I also didn't add the one in the scooping room like I did before, but it's fine. We make small sacrifices. Anyway. The room behind us, this little room here, this rectangle, you're going to fill in the ceiling with black concrete, a block above the cyan terracotta. It is advised that you have an elytra on for one of these next parts. Not quite yet, but soon here. Clear your inventory, and we're just going to get out 2 materials for now. Those are bamboo slabs and blackstone slabs. And so you essentially want a pattern of the bamboo and the blackstone slabs that just kind of create like the caution tape that's going across. I'll show you exactly how I did it. So if you start from the bottom left-hand corner of the cyan terracotta, you'll place an upside-down bamboo slab. Up diagonally to the right, you want a normal bamboo slab. Right of it, blackstone slab. Right of it, 2 upside-down bamboo slabs. Up diagonally to the right with a blackstone slab. Right with a bamboo. Right with an upside-down bamboo, right with a blackstone, up diagonally to the right with a bamboo, and then from that you'll go back left with an upside-down blackstone, 2 bamboo, up diagonally left with a bamboo, left with a blackstone, left with 2 upside-down bamboo, then a regular blackstone, and then down diagonally to the left with a bamboo. We're still not done, don't worry. The row of 3 here at the far right, this row, you'll take the far left bamboo and you'll bring it left with a blackstone, 2 bamboo, down diagonally to the left with an upside down blackstone, and then left with 2 bamboo. From this end one, you'll leave a half a block gap and place an upside down blackstone below this upside down bamboo. And then at the far right here, where you have the blackstone above the right half of the vent hole, you'll take the bamboo on the right of that and go down diagonally to the right with an upside down blackstone. Right with a bamboo, down diagonally to the right with an upside down bamboo. And this is what you should have. You don't have to do specifically what I did. It doesn't matter. I just did it like this because I could. And I kind of randomly did it originally. I mean, I kind of looked at it. Anyway, get out of this room however that may be. Am I lagging out? No. I mean, I am, but I'm not. I'm gonna use the elytra and try to get through that gap. It might just be easier to break through the ceiling, but if you can get out like that, it's easier. And you want to come on top of the elevator here, and you need a couple of materials. They are redstone lamps. Where are redstone lamps? There they are. Redstone dust, redstone repeaters, and I would get a couple of filler blocks. I used terracotta, and I did actually use black concrete just for the filling in of the extras. So you want to place essentially a square of redstone lamps on top of the polished basalt on the top of the elevator. I left the corners open. You probably should, because even if you add the corners, it's going to do nothing for you. So, yeah. If you are above each row and looking essentially at it with the like polished blackstone to your right, you're going to place on the redstone lamp closest to you a redstone dust. Behind it, redstone repeater. Behind that, redstone dust. And you'll do that on all of them. So if you come back and turn to the right, redstone dust, repeater dust. This last one is open. Get to the end, turn to the right, and you're just going to do that 2 more times. Like so. You will place a square of your filler block on top of the polished blackstone slabs. It's up diagonally in from the redstone lamps, and it's just a square like that. On each corner, you want a redstone dust, and in between, you want redstone repeaters that, if you're... Essentially, it goes counterclockwise. So this front one here, they face right. On the right, they face back. On the back, they face left. On the left, they face forward. And they're all just 1 ticks. There is nothing fancy happening here. I would fill in the little 2x2 here in the middle with black concrete, and also get out some sort of thing. I would prefer a lever, and just find... You can find one of the corners, actually, where there's a redstone dust here, and place a lever off the side of the filler block, and then you can just flick it on quickly and flick it back off. And it should tick off your redstone signal. Now, if you're having lag problems or something, just turn this off and come back later and turn it on once we're done. I shouldn't have any problems, although at my alt account on PlayStation might start having a seizure. But it should be fine. Anyway, remember this design because we're going to use it later. Although, is it different? Maybe? No, it is a little bigger, yeah, so it's different. But remember how this kind of goes, because it's the same scheme. Anyway, you can get rid of everything, and you just need cobbled deep slate for this next step. And what you want to do is... You want to place going back from this gap here of cyan terracotta. You're going to place 11 cobbled deep slate. Just like that. Get into the vent. Okay. And then from there, you're going to place essentially a row of cobbled deep slate up diagonally out from either side. And then you can go back up diagonally in, so your vent is essentially just a 1x2. You can change the sizing if you want to make it like a crouch or something, but I think the crawl is better. Because I believe in sister... No, I almost said security breach. I believe in sister location you actually do crawl. This is so slow. Anyway, you shouldn't need that. Never mind. You do need cobbled deep slate again. However, I'm going to tell you to get out the slab variant instead, because we need the slabs anyway, so we might as well just get that out. You also need, though, in addition to cobbled deep slate slabs, polished deep slate bricks. I didn't get this far. Gray concrete, black stained glass, deep slate brick slabs, deep slate brick stairs, is definitely a terrible order, black concrete, it's just getting worse, it's just getting worse, and we'll call it, what will we call it actually, or what will I call it? I don't think you're actually calling it anything. You're just listening to what I'm saying, probably. I'll say stone. I'll go with stone. So, directly behind the vent, you want to place polished deep slate from the bottom of it, and place deep slate bricks either side. That we'll just make it too tall for the time being. You'll extend the deep slate bricks off either side an additional 3. And make sure it's all too tall. You then want to bring the deep slate bricks up an additional 2 rows, and you can connect them together above the vent. And then you'll place another row on top of that that is 1 shorter on either side. And then bring that up a row. Then place another row on top of that that's shorter a row on either side. And then you will place 1 more row that is 2 blocks tall, or 2 blocks wide, so it's 2 off either side, and then you'll bring that up with an additional row. I realize that shape, something doesn't really sit right with that, but that's a problem for later. It does work, trust me. Anyway. You want to go back from this entire wall, and you want to place 11 polished deep slate behind each deep slate brick. And you can just create a little rectangle here and fill in your floor. Fairly interesting. It also is also crazy because the old sister location, ironically that and FNAF 3 both used lime terracotta, and I ditched that color scheme on the new versions for both. Okay, this is where I am inevitably going to screw up. However, I'm going to do this first so I don't. On either side, you want to, on the final row of polished deep slate, make sure you're on it, because I almost mentally made this mistake. You want to place going front to back 5 cobbled deep slate blocks, leave a 2 block gap, and then place 4 cobbled deep slate blocks, and you will do this on both sides. So it's 1, I guess there is no center. It includes the center block and 1 more back. You'll place a row of cobbled deep slate slabs on top of that does go over that little gap. There you go. Now, we should do the back wall, I think. In the center 2 blocks, you're going to do the same thing you did in the front, essentially. You'll have polished deep slate sticking back in the middle 2 blocks. You can just trace it back from there. And then you'll have 4 deep slate bricks going off either side from that. Which making sure it is too tall. Now, we're going to do this a little differently, actually, because I said so. Actually, it's because there's a hole in the wall, kind of. You'll bring the deep slate bricks up an additional row and connect them together above the vent. That's the same. Next row, you'll go left to right, and you will place 3 deep slate bricks, leave a 4 block gap, and then 3 deep slate bricks. Next row, you'll leave the edges open and then place 2 deep slate bricks. You'll copy that row. And then the next row, you'll leave another gap, and you'll just connect together with that, which should be 6 deep slate bricks. The next row is the middle 2 deep slate bricks up with 1 stone and then 1 deep slate brick. We might as well just embed the stone into the wall now. So, it's time for the glass. Off of the sides of the walls, you'll take, essentially in line with the cobbled deep slate slabs, you'll take the deep slate brick here, and you'll place a gray concrete off the side of it. You'll bring that gray concrete up by 1, and then you'll kind of go inward diagonally up 1, and then up 1 again. So it'll just kind of follow the trajectory of that wall, and it will be 4 blocks in total, and then it will be on each corner. Kind of like this. You'll then bring each gray concrete kind of towards each other with 5 black glass. And that should leave a little 1 block slit on either side. according to my calculations. I wasn't making any calculations. This is according to the build, which isn't a calculation, technically speaking. Although I guess the way that I came up with this is a calculation. You will fill in that said slit then with gray concrete on both sides. There you go. We're kind of starting, I think, to hopefully maybe see that this is a room. I would hope that you would see that, actually. Anyway, from each top row of black glass should go upward diagonally in with a row of deep slate bricks. This is kind of where night vision might be important, by the way. We're getting there. Then going back to front on the row just inside of this on both sides, you will place 2 upside down deep slate brick slabs, 2 black concrete, 1 upside down deep slate brick slab, 2 black concrete, and then 4 upside down deep slate brick slabs, and then you will copy that on the other side. So it's 2, 2, 1, 2, 4. Like so. You'll then go up diagonally in from that with a row of deep slate bricks. And then, in line with the top deep slate brick blocks, you'll place 2 upside down deep slate brick stairs that kind of face into each other, and you'll just finish off filling in the roof with these 2. If you are in Bedrock, and perhaps Java, I still want to check this and still have not. I recommend, unless your world is like, well, even if it's set at midnight, I would still go on the outside and just kind of coat the top of those deep slate brick slabs and the outside of the stairs, which is really, let me actually use a different block. I'm going to use stone for this to kind of show you what I'm talking about. You really need them there, because you'll have light shining through, and it might screw with your lighting a bit. Not that the lighting is anything amazing, but you get the point, I think. Or perhaps you don't. Anyway, on another note, in line with the... Actually, ironically, in line with the gray concrete, where the deep slate brick stairs are, you'll break both of them, and also an additional row back, and place cobbled deep slate blocks in its place. I forget what that is. It's something. It's like a vent or something. I don't remember. If somebody knows sister location off the top of their head and can tell me what that is, go for it. Okay. Next up. Either side of the vent, off this deep slate brick, you will place 2 cobbled deep slate moving forward. You will extend each block to the side by 1 and kind of up with the slab. If you want to bring them all up, you can. However, on the left side, it's just the front 2 that you need, and on the right side, it's everyone but the back right corner. So it's like that. That will make sense again later, because it's weird, but do keep that in mind. Okay. Next up. How is that it? Okay. Where you have your, like, hole in the back wall where there's an actual fan, you will place around the outer deep slate bricks a black concrete behind each one, except for the center 2 at the bottom. Leave that open because the vent will be there. And I prioritized the vent over this. So you'll have this, essentially. It almost looks like a window or something. Well, no, duh, it looks like a window. Back a row from that, you'll fill it in with black concrete, just a little 4x3, like so. We'll finish that later, but not quite yet. What else, what else, what else? That's all we can do with our current set of inventory, what? So clear your inventory, and get out. Nether brick fence. Cyan terracotta. Item frames. Here's a fun one. Anvils. Hope you aren't in survival. You only need 2, though. Levers. Only 2 that I guess are being wasted if you are in survival. Andesite walls. Birch buttons. Iron bars. We're gonna need so many materials. It's crazy. Not really. I mean, more than 9. What will I call it? We'll go with the dark oak trapdoors, because there's a lot of those. And I feel like if we do a lot of one thing, it makes me feel better. I don't know why. You'll take the cobbled deep slate block in front of each vent. and you will count right by 2 from it, and on this polished deep slate, you will place a nether brick fence on either side. You'll place a cyan terracotta on top, and then on top of that, you'll have a lever. I have the handle so it is facing to the left, like that, or it's pointing to the left, I guess. Do levers point? They do now. Off the front side of each cyan terracotta, you'll place an item frame with an anvil in it. This is my little controlled shock panel. What did I do originally? I should have checked that, because I'm kind of curious now. Anyway, behind each vent, you will place 2 andesite walls off these first 2 cyan terracottas. In either back corner, you will place a row of iron bars that goes from the floor to the ceiling, or roof, or whatever you want to call it. And then, so we're going to place another brick fence, and I'll tell you to remember this. On this little left kind of cabinet thing, the back left cobbled deep slate, you'll place another brick fence. Again, remember this. Off the front cobbled deep slates on both of these, you can just place birch buttons. And finally, along the... What? Huh? That was weird. Okay, yeah, that's not how Minecraft works. Anyway, along the top row of deep slate bricks, kind of on the inside of them, every other block you will place a dark oak trapdoor and open it up against the deep slate bricks. You will leave the first and the last blocks open, and it should line up properly. If it doesn't, I'm surprised you've made it this far without realizing something that has happened. Worst case, just don't tell anybody, it's fine. It might screw with your walls later, but just remember to extend them a block when I get there on the like Funtime Auditorium and Circus Gallery. Pull those names out of nowhere. I think that's everything we can do with this set. I would be correct. Clear your inventory once again, and we could have used the cyan terracotta. Oh well. Get out skeleton skulls. This is one I always say differently. What did I always need these for? Maybe I think it was the original FNAFs actually. Target blocks. It's a weird one. Where are target blocks? I don't use them enough to know where they are. Spruce trap doors. Dark oak signs. Torches. Stone stairs. I'm trying so hard to avoid the fan. I don't know why. Stone blocks. Paintings. Hey, it's done successfully. Let's go. And... I can't actually. I've screwed myself. We'll go deep slate tile stairs. That will, I think, give us probably the best result. On the, again, this left kind of cabinet thing, you'll place a skeleton skull on top of the nether brick fence, and you'll also place one on the other block. It will, make sure they're both facing directly forward. You kind of can't see that one. I didn't realize that was like that until now. On the missing block here on the back right of this one, you'll place a stone stair. On top of that, stone block. You'll then count up actually to this deep slate brick, not the one directly above it, but one more up, and you'll place a spruce trap door opened up against the wall. On the opposite side in the same place, you'll place a target block instead of that deep slate brick, so you will break into the wall. You should have 4 deep slate bricks you can actually place something off of that are directly above the hole where the fan will go. You'll place a dark oak sign off the front of the left and right deep slate bricks. You will place torches off of these stone blocks. And then you will, off of the right wall here, the kind of top black glass, you want a 1x2 painting right here. And it will be the same one as before, actually, is what I have it as. Although you could use one of the new ones. Having new paintings to my arsenal kind of scares me. But now I don't know all of them. I had all of them memorized. Maybe that's just another reason I should touch grass. Anyway. Before we clear inventory, I almost forgot. Inside the fan, you'll kind of in the bottom more center, you'll place a 2x2 of upside, or 2x2 of deep slate tile stairs that kind of create a circle. So essentially, in this bottom left corner, you'll place an upside down stair facing left. Above it, it's right side up facing left, and then on the right of each one of those, you'll have the same stair just facing right instead of left. And it'll give you this. Clear your inventory and get out. Cyan terracotta. Dark oak fence gates. Dragon head. I think we need these again. I feel like these come back. And anything else or no? I think that should be the room done. Yes. So, you can kind of pick and choose, but essentially you want cyan terracotta off of the 3 sides you can place of these deep slate stairs, and you want to make sure that they're essentially not touching each other in any way. So, the way that I did it was I took the top right deep slate stair and I placed a cyan terracotta right of it. I took the top left one and placed one on top, and I took the bottom left and placed one to the left. You should then encase this entire thing in dark oak fence gates, just like this. Off of the right wall here, you'll have, so you have this row of gray concrete in the middle of the windows. Off the top black glass in front of it, which is this one, you'll place a dark oak fence gate facing front to back, and then you'll have a dragon head off of that that'll kind of face towards the middle of the room. Like so. If you could have it at an angle, that'd be preferred, but obviously you can't do that without doing some really strange maneuver. Like, I mean, I guess you could do, like place a block below it and then, like, have it on the block like that, but then it's not really connected. I mean, you could get away with that, actually. That might be better, placing a placeholder below it and then just doing that. At any rate, you can clear your inventory again, and we're going to go to Circus Gallery first because I said so. And you need cobbled deep slate just to start. I broke up in the wrong spot. Okay, I'm sure. So it's the same thing as before. It's just these bottom polished deep slates will be each brought back with 11 cobbled deep slate. And then you'll do the same thing where it's up diagonally and all that jazz, and you're just creating a little 1x2 that you can crawl through. Or I guess 2x1 technically. Gotta be specific. According to my mathematics. Yes, I am a nerd, deal with it. Okay. Anywho. Circus Gallery is a fairly small room. If my freaking console character would chill for 5 seconds. Anyway, you want to get out. Polished deep slate. Stone bricks. Light gray concrete. Acacia wood. Stone. Stone brick slabs. Deep slate tiles. Deep slate tile stairs. And yeah, we can fill in the ceiling. Gray concrete. So, again, you know the drill. Behind each bottom cobble deep slate, you'll place a polished deep slate. Left and right of it, you will place 2 tall stone brick. You'll extend either stone brick to the side by 3. And then just for the funnies, you can also bring it back on either side by 4. What is that? Is that FNAF? FNAF 3, I believe. Anyway, that is so unrelated. On top of each stone brick, you will place 3 light gray concrete, and also make sure that that 3 does go over the gap where the vent is. Just like that. I would recommend... Well, no, I wouldn't recommend anything yet. You will... On either side here, you'll place an additional stone brick behind the bottom stone brick. Make sure it's not too tall, because this has a different block on top. And then you will go back diagonally inward by 3 on either side, and you should just have a 2-block gap in the middle, which you can fill in. Then, guess what? You're filling in your floor with polished deep slate. This seems to be the main floor material. Not really, it changes. It was cobblestone first, now it's polished deep slate, then it'll be iron, then it'll be checkerboard. Not looking forward to that. I hate checkerboard. Well, I don't mind it, I just hate building it. Okay, so. On top of the first 2 diagonals going kind of backwards, you're going to place sideways acacia wood. Like this. Then on top of the next two, you will place stone bricks. And then you should just be left with the 2 blocks in the middle, which you just can place stone in both of them. You only need stone for one of them, technically, but we might as well just place it in both. Like, what's it going to do? Cause damage? Maybe. From this point, you can place a stone brick slab on top of each of those kind of diagonal blocks and the little flat wall at the back. Like so. Left and right of the back row of the stone brick slabs, you'll place a light gray concrete and then extend it up by 2. You'll place a deep slate tile on top of each light gray concrete, and you're going to need placeholders for this again, but you want to place going towards the middle 2 deep slate tile stairs that face towards those deep slate tile blocks. So you have this, essentially. You have these 4 little slits in the side, or little slots, I guess. They're like little circular holes, except they're squares, not circles. You'll place a row of deep slate tile blocks on top of that, and then you should have this. By the way, those holes are for the lights, which we'll get to later. From the deep slate tile blocks on top of the light gray concrete, which you should have 2 now, you will bring it forward by 1. And then you will go out diagonally forward by 2. Whoa. And then just kind of go around the rest of the top of the walls with your 2 rows of deep slate tiles. Like so. 1 row above this, you're filling in your roof with gray concrete. Pretty simple. Not that hard of a build, I'd say. Certainly gets worse, I think, but... Well, not really. I mean, rooms get a little more complicated with numbers and stuff, but it's not hard by any means. Okay, so. You have these 2 stone blocks here at the back. You'll take the left one and you'll bring it towards you with an acacia wood. You'll take the stone brick right of all of it and bring it also forward with an acacia wood. These acacia wood should face up, by the way. You should be able to clear your inventory and get out. Polished andesite stairs, stone slabs, item frames, a stone pressure plate, oak stairs, warped trap door, frick. We'll go polished basalt. I forget where it is. Oh, it is in nature, isn't it? Yeah, there it is. And oh, we have 2 more slots. Never mind, not 1. Polished blackstone button and andesite wall. So, first off, on top of, well, no, in front of each acacia wood here, kind of on the back wall, you'll place an opposite on polished andesite stair. On top of the left one, you want a stone pressure plate. On top of the right one, you want an item frame. Behind the item frame, you want an oak stair with a warped trapdoor on top. Left of the oak stair, you want 2 stone slabs. This is the little desk that you get under. If you want to change the stone block to something else at the back, maybe a lodestone would be interesting. Not that they're particularly easy to get in survival, but whatever. At the left side here, off the right of this back more acacia wood, you want an andesite wall. Same position, but on the opposite side, you want a polished basalt with a polished blackstone button on top. The thing on the left is like a thin kind of, probably an air tank. And the one on the right is a fat air tank. If memory serves, but it might not. You can never guarantee anything when it comes to my memory. Clear your inventory once again and get out red nether brick walls, nether brick fence, blackstone slabs. Where are they? There they are. Paintings, or a singular painting. Stone button. And then you need 5 concrete colors, but one of them is black, so we'll just wait till the end to do that, because that'll be better anyway. But the 4 that you need that are not black concrete are cyan, lime, red, and orange. We can actually start with that just for the funnies. Left to right behind these deep slate tile stairs, you will place the order that I just told you them in. So this one is the first one, that's cyan, lime, red, orange. So if you look from the inside, it looks like this. Cool. Below the far left deep slate tile stair, you want a red nether brick wall. Off of the right side here, you have these kind of 3 diagonals. Below the middle one, you want an upside down black stone slab. Off the left side, I'm assuming it's in the same place, but I have it here. I feel like I just misplaced that, so I'm going to call an audible and tell you to put it below the deep slate tile block right there, so it's symmetrical. In front of that, never mind, not in front of that. Essentially on the first full row of wall on the left side, you'll have a full row of nether brick fence going top to bottom. On the other side in the same spot, you will place going up 2 nether brick fence, then go back with 1, that's not back, up 2, forward 1, and then up 2. On the right side, you want stone buttons here on the front of each deep slate tile block. Get rid of anything except for the paintings and get out black concrete. And essentially, you want a block back from each of these kind of windows. You want black concrete to fill it in. Just kind of like this. Make sure you do end up inside of the room, by the way, once you're done. I have screwed myself over eternally, I think. Never mind, I'm good. And then on the right side, below this deep slate tile block here, kind of at the back, you'll place a painting off the right side of this, and it should be this little guy, little green teacup dude. And that should be Circus Gallery complete. Now, I would go back to the kind of middle room here. I don't remember what this room is actually called. I was going to say main breaker room, but breaker room is Funtime Freddy's room. I don't know. But anyway, you should be here, I think, is my point. So, we're going to start with, where did I put my thing? There it is. We're going to start with the left side, which is Decorative Gallery. Start by clearing your inventory. Actually, we're going to make both main rooms first, because they're basically the same. Also, sorry for the, like, mid-video mic quality change. I forgot about that. Anyway, you want to get out block of iron, stone, acacia wood, polished deep slate walls, and a lot of them, polished black stone slabs, warp trapdoors, paintings, and can we get anything that will help us towards the other side? I don't know if we can or not. You can grab, I guess, polished basalt. And let's get block of coal. That'll do the ceilings. So we're going to start with the left side because we don't have the floor materials for the right. First off, it is worth noting, this row in line with the wall has cyan terracotta for the floor. Is it like that on both sides? It is like that on both sides. If you want to just, like, casually place that real quick, let me just get rid of block of iron and do that. While I'm thinking about it, you can. Again, it is on both sides, so I recommend an elytra, or if you want, since we have trapdoors, if you want to just casually place one here and then do it that way, you can, but I already have the elytra on, so like I might as well use it. So if you're on the left side, make sure this is the left. Again, it should be the left side. You want to place off of the front of these 2 cyan terracotta or whatever else they may be. You want to place, we'll go with 9 acacia wood that face upward. Like that. Off of the back, you will place also 9. I was going to say I thought this was off-centered, but I guess it is because the vent is off-centered. But it's centered in the room. It's weird. You want to take the stone on the, or you want to take the final acacia wood on either side. And you want to bring it across, which in this case should be left if my bearings have been gained properly. They have been. You will place 24 stone going left off these, the frontmost and backmost acacia wood. just like this. You will then kind of move them towards each other, these end ones, and place 8 stone. Which should leave you with just a 2-block center in the, or 2-block gap, excuse me, not center. Which in it I would place sideways polished basalt. That kind of worked out nicely. Start by filling in your floor with block of iron. If you want to do this with a command, you should. I'm going to do it with a command because I don't want this video being 4 hours long. So, come to, like, the front left-hand corner of the room and make sure you're just kind of inside the walls. And you're going to do Control-Alt-C if you're on keyboard. If you're not, just look at that coordinate. If you have it on, which if you don't, turn it on, please. It is the most useful thing in the game. It's right here in game settings. And then just copy that and take note. And then you'll come to the opposite corner, do /fill. 3 tildes or squiggly lines or whatever they are, which they're shift, and then the, like, not the top left key, which is escape, but it should be below that, at least it is on my keyboard. And then copy that other coordinate in and do iron block. There you go. I just always like to go over that in case something or other happens. Now, this is where things become funny. And so what you want to do on top of each stone block is you want to place 8 additional stone. And then above the doorway, you'll place 5 more. Or where the polished basalt is. You'll leave the first 3 open and then place the top 5 across. Again, you can't do this with a command. I might for a wall, just because. Anything important to note? I don't think so. Not really anything interesting. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Basically the plan is finish these main 2 rooms, do this room, and then we'll do scooping room and finish with the custom night stuff because, yeah. And yeah, I will command this will. Command it. Not like that. I didn't mean it that way. I meant it like I'm gonna fill it in with a /fill command. I would also actually take the corner of acacia wood here and bring it up with 8 stone. If you want to change it because that annoys you, you can, but it doesn't really matter. And the acacia wood is going to kind of follow the trajectory of your wall. I guess not trajectory, but the basically the angle that your wall has. So you're going to place acacia wood, basically just 3 rows on top of the original acacia wood where you can. And then from there, it will go out diagonally up a row, and it should be 5 in total after that. It does not go diagonally again. I wouldn't have done any diagonals, actually, if it weren't for the window being slanted, but kind of had to make do with that, so. Placing walls everywhere. And so on both the walls, you kind of want a random assortment of polished deep slate walls. I will actually give you my specific way of doing it. So I'm going to start with the acacia wall. We're going to, if you're looking at it, like left, right, up, down. I don't know why I'm specifying up, down. But anyway, left, right, whatever. If you start from this bottom left-hand corner, you will count right by 2 and place going up 2 polished deep slate walls. Go right 1, up 2. Towards the wall by 1, left 1, up 2, left 1, up 2. You'll take this kind of corner just before this last row of 3 that we placed, and you'll bring it right by 4, up 2, left 1. Take this bottom corner and extend it down 2, right 2, up 1, right 3, up 2, left 1, up 1. You'll take this corner where the row of walls went up by a row and extend that up by 3. And then you'll take this end just before the kind of weird squiggly line above you, and you'll bring it right by 2, up 2, right 1, up 1. Again, you'll take the end of this row and bring it right by 3, up 1, right 1, up 1. At the far left here, where you have this row of 3, I guess kind of towards the middle, actually, just to the left of the vent, you have this row of 3. You'll extend it left, and then you'll hit this row of 2 and extend that row of 2 also left. Around the vent, you will place polished deep slate walls, and then you'll extend right an additional 4, then go up 1 and right by 3. That's my setup. You can do it however you want. Frankly, this isn't game specific. On the other wall, there is one thing you do have to be cautionary of, and it's on the, not the row of stone directly above the doorway, but one more row up. You're going to place a couple of polished black stone slabs off the wall. Below them, warp trapdoors. Outside of that, it's yours. Game is yours. So again, if you want my version, you're going to come to the bottom right-hand stone on this wall. Count left 1. Go up by 3. Right 1 and also left 1. The left one will be brought up by 2. Then right 1, up 1, right 1. This kind of leftmost 2 on this lower row of the, I guess these 2 horizontal rows. You go left 1, up 3. This bottom wall of that row of 4. Left 1, down 3, left 2, down 1. This row of 4, you'll take not the top block, but 1 down and go left 2, up 4. Oh god. And then left 1. This row of 5, you'll take the middle and you'll extend it left by 5. And then all the way up and all the way down. Take the row just below the row that crosses above the doorway and extend it left by 3. Then go up 1, left 1, up 2. You'll take, essentially, before this like squiggly line, you're going to take not this corner, but the one to the right of it. And you'll extend it down to the ground. You'll then connect out the bottom walls, but one row up from the bottom, these 2 together. Off the left, you'll place 2. Up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1. There you go. Terrible, I know. But I recommend doing it however you want. I just am kind of giving you my... I half went off the game and half didn't. Because I was like, there's no point. Anyway, fill in your doorway with polished deep slate walls, and off the middle left block, you want a 1x1 painting. Which I forgot that you needed to do the top, not the bottom. Oh lord, it's getting bad. Okay. I have that one, but I literally don't think that's on purpose. I think I just decided that the first painting I got would work, and that was the first painting I got, probably. I don't remember. Now, 1 block up from your walls, you're filling in the ceiling with block of coal. In case that wasn't clear that you're filling a block up based on the walls. But anyway. Again, slash full command. They're fun. Do it, please. I don't think I need to talk about it again. There's a cool way you can do it for the checkerboard pattern when we get there, which I will actually go through and explain. It's a little weird, but it gets the job done, so. But anyway, you should have this. We will worry about this stage later. I just know. So you're going to come to the other side, which should be Fun Time Auditorium. And this one is a bit different. I mean, obviously. So if you remember what we just did, you're literally actually doing the same thing. However, the right wall is polished basalt instead. And the vents are different, kind of. So again, with the acacia, we're bringing the acacia wood front and back of the cyan terracotta by 9, I believe it was. Yes. And then it's going to be basically brought up by 3, and then you'll have the diagonal, and then 5 more. Yes. 3 plus 5 does equal 8. Okay, yeah. I don't know why I was thinking 9 for a second. But, not that 3 plus 5 equaled 9, but that the number should have been 9. But I knew the 3 and 5 was right, so I just kind of confused myself for no reason. If you also literally want to just copy-paste that room over here, I don't think anybody would notice the vents. There is one wall you'll have to change, and the floor, but no one has to know that. We're just gonna actually, well, no. If you want to just bring the stone across, you can. I am gonna give you the specifics so we get the doorways in place properly. At the front row of acacia wood here, you're going to go right with 7 stone. You have a 2-block gap, and then you'll have 15 stone at the end. And then at the back side, it is right to start with 17 stone. 2-block gap, and then 5 stone. And then across the back, it is... what was it, 7? Or no, it was 8 polished basalt, and they should be upward facing, going in from either wall. Just like so. And then again, you're doing the same thing with your walls. Now, because we have the acacia wood on the edges here, you could technically break them and place the stone if you really want, but I'm just going to kind of go around it. Basically, all your walls need to be as high as the acacia wood, which is +8. And above the doorways, you want the doorways to be 4 blocks, basically, this time. So you're just covering the top 5 again. Since we don't have our floor in place yet. The checkerboard floor is literally in every room, actually, that we have to do from this point on. Except for Funtime Freddy's room. Because he's a funny little guy. I don't know. He's cool. I like him. Hey, Bonbon, I think we should say hi to the birthday boy. Or, that probably isn't even one of his lines. I forget. I haven't played Sister Location in a minute. He says something about you being the birthday boy, which, frankly, if you're working in an old, like, child's entertainment place on your birthday, I'd feel really bad for you. Although I'm sure there's some sort of lore thing, so I'm sure I'll get a comment or two about that. Like, what actually is the logic behind that. I see how it is. My Discord bot didn't ping, so I gotta ping. You love to see it, you really do. You don't. No one loves to see it. I'm gonna just slash fill this wall and then break the doorway in, actually. That's a much better passage of my time, I think. That's an exclamation point. I'm shocked, but I'm not that shocked. Just like this. So we're going to do the pipes still the same way. Just kind of keep in mind there should be a floor, then we don't have it. So we're staying a block off. Ooh, I forgot a row of acacia wood. That's cool. Alrighty, so again, same thing applies. The pipes are whatever you want. However, I'm going to quickly go through my block for block. So again, ignore the bottom row. So the first literal row. You're going to start from the left and count right by 2 and place 4 walls going up. You go into the wall, and then you'll go up 1, left 2, up 2. This row here, you'll go up by 1 from then. Right 2, up 2, and then left by 1. Bottom of that little hook, you're bringing it right by 4 and up 2. Again, from this bottom here, you're going right by 4 and then down by 2. You're then going right 2, up 3, left 1, up 1. Bottom of this row of 3 here, you're going right by, is that 2 from it? Yes, 2, up 1, right 1. Not the kind of block below this row of 2, but one to the left, you're bringing it forward. And then down by 3 and right, or sorry, down by 2 and right by 2. And then this block here can be brought down by 1. Coming back across, you'll have this row of 2 that is above the gray concrete. You're finding the wall left of the bottom of it, and you're going down 2, right 3, towards you 1, down 3, and right 2. And then you're going to also surround the vent with walls, and then if you come back to where we started, you'll take not the bottom one, but one up and extend it right 2 and down 1, and then one more up, and you'll extend it left by 2 into the wall. Like so. Also, it is worth noting, you should fill in all of your doorways with polished deep slate walls. We will probably have to break through these later, so if you want to just wait, that's fine, but I guess we could technically make it so we don't have to. The wall with the polished basalt. The only thing you have to be aware of is the blocks directly above the doorway. There's some signs. But, other than that, there's nothing. So if you want to just, again, make it your own way, you can. I'll start from the bottom right this time, and I'll count left by 1 again. Not actually the bottom, but 1 row up, technically. You're going to just bring this straight up to the top, and then left by 1. From the third one up, you'll extend it right by 1 and left by 6. Then go up 2, right 1, up 2, left 1, and up 1. This right row of 3 you will extend all the way to the right, and the top of this left more row of 3 you will extend left by 4. Counting is so hard. Extend this end one all the way down and all the way up. And from the wall just above this kind of intersection, you're going left 3, and then up 2. From this corner, you're going left 2, down 2, and then left and right by 1 each. From this right one, you'll go down 1, right 2, and then this one this wall you'll bring down by 2 and also up by 1, and then this top one can be brought right by 1. Oh, there you go. Anything else that we can do? I don't believe so. Well, fill in your ceiling with block of coal again, and I again recommend using a command, and it should be 1 block up from the tops of the walls. You should know how that works, hopefully. I always do it that way just because I don't know why. I just do. You should be in the room, which I'm just gonna do like that, because why not? And we can get enough, or get everything we need for the rest of the rooms. So, start off by getting out black concrete, block of quartz, dark oak, logs or wood, it doesn't matter. Does it matter? It might matter. No, it does not. Cobbled deep slate slabs, which we'll also just use for blocks. Birch buttons. Dark oak signs. Glowing sack. And white dye, and that should finish off everything. So we'll finish off... That's a lot of finish. We will start with finishing off Funtime Auditorium. Yes, that's the name of it. I can't remember names that well, apparently. Start off on the door with the polished basalt. Just above it, you're going to place 2 signs. Above the left half of the doorway, you will place a sign saying parts, second line down, preferably, parts and in all caps. And then I'd recommend going to the front of this line and just placing as many spaces as you can without it doing that. And on the other sign, you'll go down a line and type service, and again, add as many spaces this time to the end of that line. Right-click once with glowing sack and once with white dye, and you should have this. Now, for the floor, it is a checkerboard black concrete block of quartz pattern. You do need it under the doorways as well. I'm actually going to line it up how I did before, so if it's under the parts and service door we're starting, the black concrete is the left one, and then block of quartz is the right one. But I would start with 1 block. I'm going to start with block of quartz because I feel like it's easier to work with. And just kind of do everything. I would also do under the door with actually both blocks. But just place all of the block of quartz that you need. If you want to do it the way that if you want to do it with the /fill command like I was mentioning earlier, it just makes it so much easier this way. It's really, really awesome and cool and totally epic. If you line it up the way that I do, it is going to be a little strange, unfortunately. Because I am seeing that it appears that it is block of quartz in each corner. But I might be wrong on that. I don't know. I know for sure. I feel like it is. But I can check. It's not. Okay, so it is going to be weird either way, I guess. You know what? I'm going to start doing it like this. I don't know why I do, like, I normally fill in checkerboard patterns, like, just doing diagonal row by diagonal row. There's no reason to my madness, but I still do it anyway. I guess it's kind of more satisfying. Good to know I have night vision for 1500 minutes. Didn't mean to click that button, but it's been pressed now. You are really pushing my buttons. Not really. And there are no buttons being pressed currently. I don't know how anybody would be pressing my buttons. I mean, I'm currently recording. Unless somebody starts to be really loud and really obnoxious, or spam my DMs, that would be kind of annoying. And, okay, so once you've filled in with all 1 block, you're going to come to 1 corner, and preferably a corner where there's not a block, and just kind of sit in it. And do Control, Alt-C, or whatever to copy your coordinate. And then you'll come to the opposite corner, and if it is a block of quartz, which it probably will be, I would just break and sit in this corner, and then do the same thing that you did before, where it's /fill tilde tilde tilde, control V, and then you're going to do black underscore concrete, and then add the word keep at the end, and then when you do it, it will fill in all of your gaps, and then you can just replace this corner block with what it should be. That makes it a lot easier than doing it all by hand. So, for both of these stages, they work the same way. They're going to be on the back wall, which, if you gain your bearings and take a peek in there, you'll notice there's a fan on one wall. The back wall is the wall with the fan in there. So, if you find the fourth block over, so the first would be this block of quartz in the corner, second, third, fourth. You're going to place moving forward 3 dark oak logs facing up. You'll then go forward diagonally to the right one, forward diagonally to the right by 2, back diagonally to the right one, back diagonally to the right one, and back by 2. You also need spruce planks, I forgot about those. That's not spruce. You're filling in the middle of this in with spruce planks. And then you're going to place a cobble deep slate slab on top of each top dark oak log. The far back one on the left and right can be turned into a block, and then you can place 2 more blocks above it out of cobble deep slate. Go in diagonally up with another cobble deep slate. Up by 1. In 1. In diagonally up 1, and then place 1 in the center. You can then place birch buttons off of the front block of each cobble deep slate that you can. Cool. Now do it again on the other side, which is below gallery. And it is in the same spot. It is the 4th block in from the corner. Except you are kind of just flipping directions. So again, dark oak log, forward 2, forward diagonally to the left 1, forward diagonally to the left 1, left 2, back diagonally to the left 1, back diagonally to the left 1, and back by 2. Middle filled in with spruce planks. Cobble deep slate slabs on top of your top dark oak logs. Back ones can be turned into blocks. Up with 2 more blocks. In diagonally up with a block. Up with a block. In with a block. In diagonally up with a block, and then a block in the middle. And then birch buttons off of each front cobble deep slate. Whoa. Just like that. That's your stage. Again. Now, this is where it becomes quite fun. Funtime Freddy's room is going to be very interesting. So, first off, you should find a way in there. I'm just going to kind of punch through here and replace the wall. And then you want to get out, well, more than a couple things. You want polished basalt. You want acacia logs or wood. This one doesn't matter. I'm going to use logs just so you can see the direction a little bit better that I'm placing them in. Andesite. Light gray concrete. Cobble deep slate walls. Andesite walls. Nether brick fence. Paintings. And we'll go stone slabs. And that will actually just leave us 1 material short of finishing the room, which is pretty good. Still not exactly a fun room. So, you want to, essentially, because the floor is directional, let's pretend that the door is the front of the room. So if you just like walk through the door and you're looking that way, which would be towards my other sister location currently, you're going to essentially count to either side or either out from either wall to the 6th stone. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And on the bottom one, you're going to bring it back with, or I guess, yeah, back 12 acacia logs that face back, or face away, I guess, front to back. And logic to the doorway. Like so. You'll then connect the end ones together with acacia logs that face side to side, like so. And you want to bring each acacia log then up by 5 and just kind of make some walls. You actually might want to do 6 for this, though. I would do 6. You'll see why. It'll help for the ceiling. Because we use a directional block for the ceiling, so... And for the floor. It's literally... This is literally the directional block room. I sometimes make questionable block choices, but... It's fine, you know? It's fine, whatever. We'll get there. And then once you have done that, both your ceiling and your floor are filled in with sideways polished basalt. Now, from the room, or from the door, they face left to right. And again, it's in line with, or just, I guess, in line with the polished basalt below the door, which is, I guess, an obvious one. And if you have the 6th row of acacia on top, it will be there. If you don't, it will be a block above. Essentially, all you need to know is there's 2 blocks, or 2 visible rows of stone above your doorway from the side of the wall. And again, polished basalt will face side to side on both the roof, or both the ceiling and the floor. I had a tough time with this floor choice, actually. It's like, it's a really, or it's like a, almost like a shiny black color with white lines in the middle. And I was trying to figure out if there's a block good for that, but I could not find anything. So I just stuck with polished basalt because it's the closest thing I could think. I was thinking like maybe polished blackstone bricks or something, but it's not like a brick block. It's like, it's almost like siding, kind of. How it's just like strips. Or like this, coincidentally. Which is also, like, well, not coincidentally, I did that on purpose. Anyway. Oh, we're missing 2 materials. I forgot there was a singular button in this room. The other thing is also a single block, actually, funnily enough. Come to the back right-hand corner of the room, and you want to place going left 4 light gray concrete. From this leftmost one, you'll go forward 1, forward diagonally to the right by 2, and then right 1, and then you can just fill in the rest of this. Now, from the front row of 2, you will take the left more of these 2 light gray concrete, and you will count forward to the 3rd polished basalt in front of them and place an upward-facing polished basalt. This is another one of those, like, air tanks, I think? Or it might not even be an air tank. I'm assuming it's an air tank. But God knows with Fazbear Entertainment what it is. It could be something not so nice. Front left-hand corner of the room, you want to place in the very corner an andesite wall. You'll bring it back diagonally to the right by 1. Back diagonally to the left by 1. And then back diagonally to the right by 1 again. Each of these walls can be brought up by 1, so they're 2 blocks tall. Yeah, we can do the paintings as well. Along the wall in line with the last andesite wall set, you're going to have 2 1x2 paintings side by side. And they'll be up against the ceiling, and again, the first one is in line with this first andesite wall. And did they add another painting? I feel like there's a 3rd, yeah. If you want to change it up and do the horse one, you can. I didn't do the horse. I did both of the, this one here. I still don't know what it is. Slenderman looking guy. But it might be nice to change them up. Because the horse one has, like, similar-ish colors. Anyway. Just behind that horse painting, you will place a row of cobbled deep slate walls. And bring the bottom 2 each forward by 1. Going behind that, you want a row of nether brick fence. And then from there, you will leave a 1 block gap and place another row of cobbled deep slate walls. From there, you will take not the bottom wall, but 1 up, and you will extend it back by 2. And then place a row of cobbled deep slate walls in the corner. Right of it, you will go bottom to top, and you will place 2 nether brick fence, a cobbled deep slate wall, and 2 nether brick fence. That's just right of that, by the way. This cobbled deep slate wall can be brought right by 2, and then this end one can be brought up and down by 2. You will take the... I'm stuck, I think. I am very stuck. You will take not the top one, but one below the top one, which is this wall, and extend it right by 3. And then again, connect this one up and down to the down and up, something like that. You'll take the middle wall of this row of 5 and extend it right 2, up 1, right 3, and then up 1 in this corner. But also this bottom one can be brought forward by 4. Correction, 5. And then this end one can be brought up and down again. Middle row of this 5 can be brought forward by 2. End one can be brought up and down by 2 each. And then 1 off the top again, you're going to go... I can't read. Okay. You're going to go forward with 2 walls, then down 2, and then forward 1. You will take, of this row of 3 here, you will take the middle one, and you'll extend a cobble deep say wall left of it, and extend this up and down. Like so. Then we might as well finish off this side, and then we'll go back. In front of this row of cobble deep slate walls, you'll place another brick fence row. From that, you'll go forward diagonally to the left of the row of cobble deep slate walls. Left with a row of nether brick fence, and then from the polished basalt, kind of just sitting here on the floor, you'll place a row of nether brick fence forward diagonally to the left by 1 from it. If you think this corner is bad, wait for the back left. But first, there's one more thing I want to add kind of on the back wall, and then we'll start... I'll just mark out everything, basically. So you have like 3 rows of cobble deep slate walls here on the back wall. You'll take the rightmost row, and just left of it, you'll place a full row of nether brick fence against the wall. You'll notice there will be a missing block. That is fine. Cobble deep slate walls do kind of cut through the fences. So, from that row of fence, I'm just going to start with the bottom blocks. You'll place forward diagonally to the left, another brick fence. From that, forward diagonally to the right with a cobble deep slate wall. Then forward diagonally to the left with 1. Left with a fence, wall, fence, forward with a wall, right with a fence, forward with a wall, forward diagonally to the left with a fence. From this kind of back left fence here, correction, the wall to the right of it, I guess, this one that's surrounded by fences, you're gonna, I guess, add to its problems and place a fence behind it, and then right of that, a wall. I'll show you the layout just for a second here so you can take note of anything that may have gone horribly wrong. You'll bring each of these up to the ceiling with their respective material, which is either going to be a nether brick fence or a cobble deep slate wall. Oh, this is going to be a fun time. Fences are... They're not as bad as panes, I guess, but they're still not fun. Just like that. It's almost the room done. There's kind of 2 more things we need to do. So there's kind of 2 rows of cobble deep slate walls that are diagonally touching that are notable here. You'll take this one right here, and you will place below the, or in front of the bottom cobble deep slate wall an upside down stone slab. Bring it up with a stone block and then another slab. You can clear your inventory, or you really just need 2 slots for now, and you're going to need a warped trap door and a polished black stone button. And you'll place a warped trap door up against the actual stone block and kind of, I guess, open it so it is up against the block. And then on top of this upward polished basalt, you'll place a polished black stone button. Side note, I didn't actually make Funtime Freddy, and I kind of forgot about it until now. But I also didn't make any of them because... I don't have a reason, actually. If I end up doing it, I will throw them all in at the end, but I would only end up making Belore, Funtime Foxy, and Funtime Freddy at that point anyway, because Circus Baby you never, like, see. Anyway, get out. Get out of this room. If you're breaking through the door, make sure you break the left side if you're looking at it, because you have the painting on the right. And then you can move across into Funtime Auditorium, and we're going to do... parts and service first, because it's the easiest room, I'd say. So break through and you make sure you're in here. Now, you're going to need... Well, you should have a clear inventory. Hold on, let me just get over there real quick on my other account. I'm struggling mightily. You need... I was going to try to, like, drag it out, but I couldn't drag it out for that long. You want to get out black concrete, not yet that block. Block of quartz, polished basalt, regular basalt, Dark oak trapdoors, cobbled deep slate walls, and block of coal. And that's literally everything you need. So, again, if you just come through the doorway and look to either side, I believe it is symmetrical. Yes, it is. You're going to find the 6th polished basalt out on either side. And going back, you will place 4 polished basalt. And then place 3 of a filler block. I'm going to make it block of quartz. And then 5 more polished basalt. And again, do this on both sides. So 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And then 4 upward polished basalt. 3 block of quartz. 5 polished basalt. And then from there, you will connect the back polished basalts together. I believe this is the same size as Funtime Freddy's room, but it might be shorter. I'm not sure. Each polished basalt can be brought up by 6. Just like this. We'll focus on the doorways in a little bit here. Shim is easy, and then we'll probably also do the scooping room. Well, I'll do the scooping room in this, like, on today, and then I can finish this on to, not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow, Wednesday or something. I don't remember how my schedule looks. It's like, is it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday? I think that's what it is I record. I don't remember. I should remember, but that's too much work. There you go. In case you want to, you do also need to connect the top polished basalts together over those gaps. Only the top row, though. You will need a placeholder for it if you want them upward facing, which they should be. The floor is, again, the checkerboard pattern of black concrete and block of quartz. You don't have to really go in the middle 3 rows, technically. Not that I should necessarily tell you that, because I'm going to anyway. But I guess it is also relevant so you don't break those 3 block of quartz, because you don't need to. You can, but it doesn't really matter. I might actually just do it for funnies. Because, like, I might as well. Whoa, I'm struggling there. Okay. And again, you can do the command thing again, or as I showed earlier if you want. I'm probably just going to do it normally, because this room is not too large. Funtime Auditorium is a different story. But if you remember in the FNAF 2 map, I did do that for a lot of the walls and stuff. Ooh, I missed a block. Would you look at that? Oh, I cannot see the black concrete like at all. I don't know why I started with that. My eyes are not eyeing properly. Okay, there you go. I'll start by telling you, not in line with the doorway, but 1 row inside on either, or 1 row, I guess, outside of the walls on either side. You're going to place black concrete just blocking off these doorways. For the conveyor, you have a little bit of a pattern going on here. I would start by placing kind of in the front and back of the, like, kind of doorways on the other side here, a normal basalt facing up. You'll then go in from each one with a normal, or with a polished basalt, regular basalt, polished basalt, regular basalt, and then 4 polished basalt in the middle. If you would like to place a placeholder down the center, you can, because you just want dark oak trapdoors on top of all of this, or on top of this, like, conveyor area, and it just makes it easier if you have something to place it off of. Back wall, again, you want a random assortment of pipes and stuff. I use cobbled deep slate walls, and you also can't really see it in the game, so I kind of just guessed more so. I started from the bottom left-hand corner, and I placed 4 cobbled deep slate walls going up. Then right by 2, and then connect down. Take the top middle wall and bring it up by 2. On this right row of 4, you'll take, not the top one, but 1 down and bring it right 2, and then up 3. Not the bottom block of this row of 4, but 1 up. You'll extend all the way right until you're 1 short of the wall, which you'll then go down 1, right 1, down 2. And you'll take not the end of this horizontal row, but 1 block left of it, and place 2 walls above. From this row of the horizontal line, you'll count left by 1 and go down 3. Middle of that row of 3, left 2, down 1, left 1. Come back up to the horizontal line and count left by 2, and then place 2 walls up and 1 to the right. That's the setup if you just want to look at it. Again, 1 block above the walls, block a coal ceiling. And then I'll give you a minute to relax and catch up if need be. There's always a nice pause button though on YouTube, in case you want it. I do realize I go fast sometimes, especially on insides. I don't know why I have that problem with the insides always. I just go like lightning speed. If you want to also just leave yourself, I'll show you again the room real quick so you take a second. But I would recommend just leaving yourself outside the room as long as it's done, because that'll just help us get to the scooping room anyway. Oh, I forgot about that. Okay. That is fine. Okay, anyway. That did also give me time to recover. Come to the side where the elevator is. That, I guess, is the best way to describe it. And you'll come to the door, and you should clear inventory. I would just leave the block... No, actually, you don't even need those. Never mind. I pranked you. So, clear everything. And you want to get out. Block of iron. What did I just step on? Yeah, it can't be that important. Like red concrete. Pillar quartz blocks. Blackstone slabs. Did I put panes in this? I did. So black stained glass pans, or blocks, excuse me, not pans. Black concrete. Polished blackstone slabs. Nether brick slabs. And I'm actually going to leave it there because there's nothing else we can really get. There's another one of those redstone clocks happening on this one, by the way, in case you were wondering. First off, I'm going to tell you by starting to come to the... Essentially, if you walk out this doorway and just turn to the right, you're going to come to the corner of your wall. This should be acacia wood, although it could be technically something else. And you're just going to extend this kind of towards the elevator with a row of light gray concrete. And it should just connect. Like that. That does make everything a little bit easier with it just connecting. You'll then bring this corner of cyan terracotta here just behind this end light gray concrete and bring it left with 18 light gray concrete. And then extend it back into the build there. Fill in your floor in here with block of iron, and if you want to change under the doorway to something, you can. I don't know why I have it as a checkerboard pattern when the checkerboard pattern isn't even in this room, but it's beyond me, frankly. Guess we'll never know. Bring all of your light gray concrete up an additional row. And then you'll at least take the side walls to start and bring them each up with 6 pillar quartz blocks that face up. It'll end up being one shorter than your Fun Time Auditorium, in case you were wondering. Also include the corners, just because I said so. Not really any particular reason. At least the corners that you can. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Funny. I'll just place it above the cyan terracotta on this side, because I can. I'm just that good. Not that, again, it doesn't technically matter, but it does just help with me kind of explaining things to know that your corner should be there. So, going across the back wall, you can either go left to right or right to left, doesn't matter. You'll place 2 pillar quartz blocks. They should, again, be upward facing. 5 blackstone slabs. 3 pillar quartz blocks. 5 blackstone slabs, and then 2 pillar quartz blocks. We just bring each pillar quartz up by 5 to start. And then we'll kind of form our doorways here. Or windows, I mean. These are not doorways. And then you'll take not the row of pillar quartz, or not the second row up, but the third row up of pillar quartz, and just place upside down blackstone slabs kind of above where the original blackstone slabs were, like this. And then you can just place 3 rows of pillar quartz on top. Inside these windows, you will just place black stained glass blocks a row behind them. And you'll do the same thing that you did for the windows in the elevator, where you essentially place the blackstone blocks around them. Make sure it's all blocks if you're on Bedrock. I don't know if the Java thing works goofily, or as goofily as Bedrock. I don't think it does. And then just fill in directly behind the black glass with black concrete. Just kind of like this. I think we did that for the elevator at least. Okay, yeah, never mind, we did. Except there's a... Oh, never mind, there's technically not, I guess. It's just the way that that one worked a little differently. Anyway, you should have that. Now, you want to fill in your ceiling with upside-down polished blackstone slabs in line with the top row of your... give me a second. In line with the top row of your pillar quartz. Now, just fill it in to start, actually, and then I'll kind of show you where the fan should go, because it's easier that way, in my opinion. It probably doesn't make a difference, but... You may just use blocks for the fan, but I would recommend using slabs. I got mad. So, ignoring that the door is off-centered in this room, you're gonna find the back center here, which will be this polished blackstone slab on the ceiling. You will count forward by 2 and break these next 3 slabs. You'll break the left and right of the middle one to create a plus. Oh, I've seen so many pluses recently. I just recorded Nightmare Catnap, which probably isn't out yet, but, yeah. And then, essentially, you're just kind of going to go a different diagonal direction off of each end of the plus and break another one. So from this bottom one, it's back diagonally to the left. Left one, forward diagonally to the left. I guess front one, forward diagonally to the right, and then right one back diagonally to the right. So it looks like this. You then want to kind of fill in this gap in with nether brick slabs. That should be a half a row lower than the polished blackstone slabs. This will be perhaps weird to place, which is fine. I guess I'll do it like that. You only need a little bit of a placeholder. There you go. I do actually have his blocks on the original, but it doesn't make a difference. From there, you will take the row of pillar quartz above each window and place just upside down polished blackstone slabs. Kind of like that. I believe that's everything we can do with this inventory set. Let's finish off this, like the inside of this room, and then we will focus on the light thing. So, you want to clear inventory and get out smooth quartz slabs, smooth quartz stairs, the purple block, pink concrete, cherry slabs, polished blackstone buttons. We may run out of materials here, or inventory slots. Warp slabs. Yeah, we're definitely running out. That's fine. Warp trap doors, and I'll go, what, cherry sign? We'll be one short to finish the, like, assorted pieces on the floor. Yeah, cherry sign. So, just below the, this is gonna give me a headache. Just below the, like, middle back wall here, you're gonna place a smooth quartz stair facing right. By the way, my alt account lost the night vision, so I have to deal with the flashing fan. Left of that stair, smooth quartz block. You have a 1 block out from that going left. Place a purple block with a polished blackstone button up the front. 1 block out from that, smooth quartz block with a cherry sign off the front. Left of the cherry sign, a smooth quartz slab, and right of the cherry sign, a warp slab. From the warp slab, forward diagonally to the right with another smooth quartz slab. Then go right from it and leave a 1 block gap, smooth quartz slab, 1 block gap, smooth quartz slab. Back diagonally to the right from that with a smooth quartz block. Polished blackstone button off the front. Warp trap door open up against the left side of it. I believe that's below his head. From that, you'll count right 2, back 1, pink concrete. Polished blackstone button off the front of it. And then you'll just go forward from that. And basically on the first block that you can, you'll place a cherry slab. Right of it, smooth quartz stair facing right. And also from that cherry slab, you go forward diagonally to the left of the smooth quartz slab. That's basically the assorted materials. Funtime Freddy is missing his hat, but we'll get there in a second. Clear your inventory and get out. We're getting there right now. Flower pot. You also need, for the little scooper thing, polished deep slate slabs. It's just called the scooper, not the scooping thing. Polished deep slate stairs, and we'll go dark oak trapdoors. We'll worry about the fancy stuff later that is currently flashing in my face. Oh yeah, you also need dark oak fence gate and another dragon head. I forgot about that. Where's dragon head? Oh yeah, in the head section, no duh. On top of the smooth quartz block that has the cherry sign off the front of it, you're placing a flower pot. Find the top left-hand kind of upside-down blackstone slab here on this left window and just count left of it by 1 and place a dark oak fence gate up against the wall. It will be, well, it'll be floating, but... And then off the right of it, you'll place a dragon head kind of facing towards the middle. Now, in the middle of the room, you will... In line with, I guess, between the upside-down polished blackstone slabs, or you're just going to be a half a block lower and you're placing a polished deep slate slab. Below it, upside-down slab. Below that, upside-down polished deep slate stair facing into the wall. This is going to be annoying to place. There we go. So there will be a little bit of a half a block gap there. In front of that stair, another stair facing just forward. And then below that, a stair facing back. This one upside-down slab, you're going to place a dark oak trapdoor off either side and open it up against the thing like that. Or open it so they're kind of up against the slab and they sort of connect to the stair below. Not well, but they do. Now, find your way out of this room, which you can just break through the ceiling, frankly. And so you need a couple of things. Well, once you clear your inventory, you want to get out. Redstone lamps. Again, a filler block, which I'll make terracotta. Redstone dust. Redstone repeaters. Preferably levers, but I think buttons would also technically work. And I'm going to get out black concrete to cover all of this once we're done. So, if you find the center of the fan, spoiler alert, it's this block, I'm going to place a black concrete there. Then bring the black concrete out on each side by 2. And create a 5x5 square. Then off of each side of the square, you're placing just redstone lamps. And again, you are not including the corners. If you are... So again, and if you're looking along each row of redstone lamps to where the rest of the circle, or I guess really bad circle, is to your right, you're going to place, going from the one closest to you to the furthest one, redstone dust, 2 redstone repeaters, and then redstone dust. And again, if you come to the end and turn, redstone dust, 2 repeaters, dust, come to the end, turn, and then again do it 2 more times. Like that. And on top of the, I guess, outer ring of black concrete in the outer row of the square, you're going to place a row of terracotta. On each corner, you want a redstone dust, and in the middle, you're going to have repeaters that, if you're still looking from the front of the actual room, like if you're above the stone wall looking towards it, the repeaters will, again, run counterclockwise. So, they're running the opposite way of the repeaters that are on the redstone lamps. Basically. Like so. And then you'll find one of the corners that isn't being used, place a lever, and just quickly flick it on and then back off, and let the signal run. And if you are in bedrock, you should coat the rest of the polished blackstone slabs, or upside down polished blackstone slabs, I guess, in black concrete. Or some other block, just because light shines through. I don't know if it does it on Java. I still need to check that. I know I mentioned that once in this video, but hey, we can always go for twice, so we just did, I guess. Now all that's left is the custom night, or I forget what it's called. It has, the room has a name, but I don't remember the name. So now let's do the little custom night area, and to test your sleuthing skills, I'll let you find this one all by yourself. And similarly to Rambly's outcome, there is literally only one door that you can actually, or that you are looking for. One door in the area that we haven't used. So, I don't know how to speak, apparently. Find it and come to the other, or I guess the outside of it, and you need a couple materials to start, obviously. The ones I'm going to try to get out are black concrete, block of quartz, stone, tough, stone slabs, block of coal, polished deep slate, and I'll call it deep slate brick walls and nether brick fences. So if you come out from the doorway, you should have this checkerboard pattern that you can kind of see peeking out from under. If you just bring it back, or I guess out from the door row, which is technically back. It is back, actually. This is proper from the front of the build this time. And then you'll bring it out on either side by 3, which is left and right. So you should have something like this. It might be inverted, but... And off either side, you want a different material. So off the left, you want a stone, and off the right, you want a block of coal, and then you'll extend each of those up by 1. You'll then bring each one back with its opposite material, so for me it'll be stone on the right, block of coal on the left, although you can technically invert it again. And then you'll leave a 2-block gap, and again make it the opposite material. Behind that opposite material again. And then you'll go inward diagonally back with, again, the opposite material. And you'll keep bringing them inwards with the opposite material until they should kind of line up properly like this. Now, off both the left and the right, you have the first one that you placed, essentially. You're going to bring it left, or I guess out, with 5. It'll be left on the left, right on the right with 5. Of essentially alternating blocks. Now, the first one will be the same as the corner one here. It'll be a stone on this side, and then block of coal, and then stone, and then block of coal. And I guess you make the corner whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'll explain this why and once I do the other side here. Because you can't see this outer corner, so it doesn't matter. And these two you can't see. Again, you can only see it from the top. If you've built my FNAF maps before, you kind of understand, I think, why I do it like this. Because if you don't, then it's going to be like, oh, look, stone, and then you have double stone over here, and you just can't even see that, so it doesn't matter. It could get weird to where you might, but the chances of that aren't very likely. Unless you have, like, a weird, like... I don't even know, actually. I don't know if there would ever be a case. I guess if this wall was just freestanding here, you'd have a problem, but... Anyway, you will then bring it back on either side by 7, and again, if you made the corner block different from the block to the side of it, you'll start with that corner block. 4, 5, 6, 7, and do this on the other side. So 1, 3, 5, 7. I'm just doing that way. And then you will leave a 2-block gap, and starting from the alternate one, what? Something like that. You'll go back with 9. 5, 7, 9. I'll extend it back a little bit more in a second here. And again, make sure that it's opposite. Essentially, just pretend like the pattern is going through where the doorway is, but it's actually not, because I don't know, it just isn't. And then you can move either side inward with the whatever that corner block will be. 2-block gap, opposite of the corner. And then in with another one. And then from there, you'll connect this forward. So again, if I have a block of coal here, it'll be brought forward with a block of coal, and then you're doing every other. It should line up properly with at least the wall that goes straight. The wall that kind of intersects with it is whatever. It doesn't actually matter. I'm missing a line on my... whatever. You'll have this kind of going on, or not going on, but you'll have this just period. You'll connect across here at the front side, the 2 hallways, or I guess at the back side, the 2 hallways. Oh, I don't have a line for some reason on my grid. I don't know how I forgot that. Anyway. You'll go back from these corners with 9. So if if it's block of coal, this one will actually be the opposite still. You're essentially just continuing the straight wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. I can give you an overhead in a second as well, or I will once everything is kind of placed in. And then you'll bring these back corners in with the same material, and then again you'll do the every other thing. And it will give you the layout, basically. It's kind of an annoying way to do it. We could have technically, because it's a baseboard pattern, it's weird, but we could have technically just made like one row, and then I could have said, okay, here's how you do the pattern. Anyway, off either side hallway where you have the doorway here on the far end, you'll take not the first block out from the doorway, but the second one, and you'll bring it out with, again, it's same material, and then you'll do out an additional 4 with alternating. So it's out by 5 in total. And then again, you'll bring each of these materials towards each other by 1, and then you should be able to do a little bit of an alternating pattern. It's not very much. On this side, it's this, 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 this. Yeah. And here is the overhead in case you want it. You should be able to count everything. So every doorway is just 2 blocks. It's really, I think, all you need to know that is important. So there is one wall we're going to delete, kind of. Inside where the office is, which is just literally directly inside the doorway, you're going to break this back wall of the office and make it just a row of polished deep slate. You can break the bottom one, you don't have to, it doesn't matter. There's the updated overhead in case you want it still. Now you're going to bring the polished deep slate up with 5 rows of polished deep slate. That's easy enough. The rest of the pattern you're bringing up with 5 tough per block. This is a fun time. I'm gonna give you the old, I forgot the word, time-lapse treatment for this part, and I'll be back in a minute. I might as well hit you with one more time-lapse section, for old time's sake, not really for old time's sake, but the floor, you need to fill it in with the checkerboard pattern. This is never a fun one. Yeah, again, I did talk about the command or the fill command earlier. Because of the shape of this one, that does get a little bit weird if you do decide to do that, but it is still an option. But yeah, I again will catch you in a moment once all of the floor is filled in with your block of quartz and your black concrete alternating. Nice. Now that's looking much better. Shall I hit you with one more? No, I'll spare you from 3 in a row. You want to now, I mean, I'm still gonna do the step, just not make you, or just not at the time lapse. A block above where your walls end, you're going to fill in your entire ceiling with block of coal. Actually, where the doorways are, I'd recommend leaving it open just because, aka any 2-block space, because we have to fill over the top anyway. It technically doesn't matter. I don't know, I just feel like you should, because I think it looks better if, like, when you're looking at it from the overhead, you get the walls, or the edges of the walls in place, or visible, god, just so you, I don't know, so you have that kind of look at the layout. That's why I usually do that. Kind of helps visualize the layout a little bit better, rather than if everything was just meshed together into one. Anyway. It's not really a long step anyway, so not as long as the last 2 at least. Well, yeah, no, it's definitely not. I'm already basically done, and it's half the time that the floor took. Not that that was very long either, but whatever. Anyway. There you go. Actually, I'll show you the overhead for funniest. Should look like this. Now, in each of those doorways, you'll place 2 rows of tuff at the top and then a row of upside-down stone slabs below that. Kind of like this. There's 6 doorways in this build, by the way, in case you were wondering. Or this particular portion of the build. Technically not the build itself, because there's a lot more than 6. Especially if you include these 6, then that makes it, like, a lot more than 6. I don't know. Let's do the vent next. So, if you're in the office, you have this polished deep slate wall at the back. You're going to find the second row down in the middle 2 blocks you will punch out. You'll also punch out a row below that and kind of line the top and bottom of this with stone slabs. So, but the bottom normal, the top upside down. You will then bring these stone slabs each all the way back and kind of through this tough wall at the back side here. Oh my goodness. Stop doing that, please. I would prefer if you didn't. Just like this. I would line the, like, underside and top side of the slabs also with stone blocks, just so light doesn't shine through, again, as a bedrock thing. And off the sides as well, you will just kind of fill these in with stone. It essentially makes it a giant tube. At least from the outside, it looks like a tube. Now, if you're stupid like I did, get your way back in. If you're a little smarter, then you should already be in here. But you want to be in your office again. And please do come into my office. Come to the bottom left-hand corner of the back wall of polished deep slate, and going up here, you will place 5 deep slate brick walls. You'll then go right by 1, and then up 1. From the bottom right-hand corner of this room, you'll place 3 deep slate brick walls moving up. Place 1 to the left, and then up with an additional 3. Funny story. In the hallways, I sort of, kind of, maybe, potentially forgot to add pipes. There's a couple just, like, lining the walls, so if you want to make them out of nether brick fence. If you do come into the left hallway, though, and into the little storage closet, you're going to place a line of nether brick fence just in the, kind of, I guess, back right-hand corner when you walk in, which is right there. Front right-hand corner, excuse me. In the back right-hand corner, you'll place 3 fences moving up. 1 to the left, and then connect up from there. Go into the storage closet on the right hallway, and again, kind of using that same setup where the doorway is on the front wall, you will, on the left, you'll come to the second block up in this front left-hand corner, place a fence, bring it back by 1, up 2, forward 1. In line with this top row, trace it into the back left-hand corner and place 1 fence, 1 to the right, and then 2 on top. Now, moving in to the, like, far back hallway, this is where it gets a little weird. You want to come to the back left-hand corner, and you want to count up to the 3rd block in this corner, which is this one. Place 3 nether brick fence, and then take this top one and extend it right by 5. And then up 1. The original row of 3, you'll take the middle of and extend it forward with 4 fences. And also, if you trace the far right, like these 2 fences, down and then go 1 to the left, you'll place 2 fences going left. Right of it, you'll leave a 1 block gap and then place 1 fence. Place 1 on top. 4 to the right. 2 up. 2 right, and then 1 down. On the right wall, you'll come to the, we'll say the top right-hand corner. That's this tough block. You'll count back by 2 and place 3 fence moving down, and then 1 going back. And there's a curtain here. I think it's Funtime Foxy's curtain, which is also in UCN, funnily enough. Oh, I gotta make that soon, too. Fun times. Anyway. Direct your attention to the front wall of the room, and we're going to do that orientation thing, just so I'm not throwing you with rights when I'm moving to the left, because, yeah, that would just be weird. You're going to come to the actual, or the right side from this perspective, and you should have a stone here, unless it is a block of coal. For me, it's a stone. You're going to place 2 fence moving up. Left 1. Up 3. Right 1. Up 1. By the way, this is randomized, so you don't need to do exactly this. Take the, out of this row of 4 fence, you'll take not the top one, but 1 down, and bring it left 2. This end one will go down 2 and also up 2. Top fence of that row will be brought left by 1. Bottom will be brought left by 4. This end one can be brought up and down by 1. This top one here can be brought left 1, up 1, left 2, down by 3. Middle of that row of 3 can also be brought up. That's kind of the fence pattern you're going with. Hopefully, if I am going a little speedy, it is easy enough to just look at it and be like, okay, that's how many fences are there. We will come back here at the very end because I want to finish then. I don't really feel like finishing this room right now. So, go back to your office, and you want to clear your inventory. It's funny there's like 2 technically offices in this game. I would call it a main... is it main breaker room? I don't think that's the right name. The, like, main room where you can control everything and give them a nice controlled shock. That room. Anyway. It's very unrelated. You want to start off by getting out an armor stand, and if you remember how this works, just go for it, because it's annoying, I'll just say that much. You need a smithing table, the smithing template, which is, I believe, the Century. Oh, they did add new ones. Bolt and Flow are new. Sorry, I don't pay much attention. Is it? It is Century, I knew it. You also need a netherite ingot for this. A little expensive. A leather tunic. A cauldron. Water. And black dye. And also, preferably, usage of commands will make this easier. You can do this without commands. However, I think it's easier to do it with commands. So, if you come to the back left, you have this pipe here. Just right of it, you'll place an armor stand. You want to place a cauldron on the floor with water in it. Right-click on it once with black dye, and then right-click on that with your leather tunic, and it should make it fully black. Why is the, like... Yeah, why is that fully... Never mind. Because the tunics don't actually, like, dye fully, or the leather armor. Anyway, place your smithing table down. Put in your leather tunic in the... I believe it's the middle slot. Your Sentry armor trim in the left, and then your netherite ingot in the right, and if you yoink it out... How's that? Now, you don't need to do this with commands, however, I'm going to. If you just stand where the armor stand is and kind of just get up in its personal space, you're going to do /set block, 3 squiggly lines, and then cobbled _ deep slate. And that will make sure, because if you push it with a piston, it'll get kind of weird, it'll push back. And so I think it's preferred to avoid that because of this next step, which is if you stand on top of that cobble deep set, you do the same command /set block ~, except you will do nether _ brick _ fence, and then there. Because if it gets pushed back, essentially that leather tunic is going to end up behind that fence, and you're not going to be able to see the little fan pattern. So you can then clear your inventory and get out. Couple deep slate slabs, which we'll also use for blocks, I suppose. Bamboo stair. I don't even remember what that is, actually. A block of coal. Hey, look, it's back for like the 15th time. Item frames. Smooth stone. Light gray concrete. A flower pot. Bamboo. Just straight bamboo. Where is it? There it is. And we'll go with... I'll go with the painting. Why not? So, where this armor stand is kind of just getting suffocated within a block, you're going to place another cobbled deep slate block to the right. Right of that, place 3 upside down slabs and then another block, which should kind of fill in that back area. Going right to left on top of this counter, you will place a flower pot with bamboo in it. Or then place 2 blocks of coal and a bamboo stair. On top of the right more block of coal, place another block of coal and place item frames off the front of each. These are just empty in there. On top of the bamboo stair, you want a 1x1 painting. That's not a 1x1. And it wants to be... I have it as the salmon bowl, but you may choose whatever. How does that one? Left of that, you want an item frame with a smooth stone in it. That painting, I should say. Left of that, you want... to break this polished deep slate and the one above it and replace them with light gray concrete. You can then clear your inventory and get out a dark oak sign, birch trap doors, a mangrove stair, oak fence, deep slate tile walls, which will hopefully be able to do all of those at once. That would be ideal. Black stone slabs, which we'll also use for literally a single block. Polished basalt. Polished black stone buttons. And are we really going to just be one material short like that? That's crazy. I'll say get out dark oak trapdoors. I got a little audible with what I was originally going to do. So... first off, on the front side of the top light gray concrete, place a dark oak sign. I think this is like a control panel or something. I don't remember. To the right of the bottom of the vent, you'll place a birch trap door opened up against the wall. I have the handle on the bottom, kind of up against the block of coal, but you can do whatever you so choose. I'm going to start with the right hallway because I said so. From the doorway here on the right side of it, you're going to count forward to the second tough block, which it should be the middle of like the 3 rows of tough that are in line with the door. And you'll place a dark oak trap door opened up against the wall. Directly across from that, you'll place another dark oak trap door on the other wall with 1 on top of it. It should just be 2 blocks back from the doorway in front of it. I have a 2 block gap between it and the doorway. Entering the closet over here. So again, we're going to do the same thing that we did before with the directions. In the back left-hand corner on the left wall, you're placing a dark oak sign and going down a line. You're placing O space, O space, O space, O space, O. And they all should be lowercase. This is, I think it's like those hooks, kind of, like one of those things. We'll get to dyeing that in a second here. You'll come to the back right-hand corner and then count left by 1 and place 3 deep slate tile walls moving up. And then up diagonally right from that, you'll place a birch trap door opened up against the wall. And not quite in the front right-hand corner, but 1 block back, you'll place 2 dark oak trap doors opened up against the wall on top of one another. You should be able to get rid of your dark oak signs. And I'll go dark oak trap doors and just get out glowing sacks and red dye for a quick second. And on this dark oak sign, you'll right click once with each, and then you can get rid of one of the 2 and get out andesite walls. Just left of the bottom 2 deep slate tile walls, you'll place andesite walls. You can then get rid of those andesite walls along with your glow ink sacks and get out chains and lanterns. Along the right wall, I guess just behind the center on the right wall, which is this block right here. I guess the center would be technically in the middle of 2 blocks, so you'll be still just behind that. Along the ceiling, you're going to place going down 2 chains and then a lantern. That is 1 storage closet done, and 1 side of the hallway done. You will come to the left side, and the hallway itself on the left, I believe, is empty. Yes, it is. However, the storage closet is not. So if you enter the storage closet, the back left-hand corner will be this block. You'll place a mangrove stair facing backwards with 2 oak fence on top. Right of the stair, you'll place a deep slate tile wall with another one on top. And then along the right wall here, you're going to place on the, I guess, front more of the 2 center blocks on this side, you're placing a blackstone block and a half on top. Behind that, you're placing an upward-facing polished basalt with a polished blackstone button on top. Another air tank, or something like that. The lantern in this room is it's essentially in the very center of the room. It's in the back left out of the 4 center blocks, which is right here, so it's not very center, but it's close enough. Look up, 2 chains down, and then a lantern. That is 3. There we go. Now, before we clear our inventory, we can add some touches to the back hallway, which we should first. So if you head back here, you're going to start with the left wall. We'll just kind of work around clockwise. From this frontmost fence here on the left wall, you're just bringing it down with 3 deep slate tile walls. You will leave a 1 block gap moving back from... we don't have andesite walls, never mind. You can't do that. What you want to do from that bottom deep slate tile wall is you want to count right by 5, and then back by 1, and going up, you will place 4 deep slate tile walls. That top one, you can bring right 1, back 1, right 1, back 1, right 1, and then up by 2. This row of 3 nether brick fences here, kind of on the back wall, you'll bring the middle one just down with 3 deep slate tile walls. From the back right-hand corner of the entire room, you will count left by 2 and then forward by 1, and place 3 deep slate tile walls moving up just right here. They don't really do anything yet. They'll connect into the curtain, technically, but obviously, as you can see, we don't have that yet. The fences here on the left side, you'll bring the, I guess, backmost fence down with 3 deep slate tile walls. You can now clear your inventory and get out andesite walls, cobblestone walls, spruce signs, purple wool, and we'll go birch buttons, and that should be everything, assuming that I am correct. We're actually going to start from the right and work just back. We're just going to, you know, do a little zigzag kind of action. Not really zigzag, just back and forth. These 3 deep slate tile walls here on this side, I don't really know what you want. You'll take the middle one and extend it forward with 2 cobblestone walls. The backmost of those 2, you'll place a spruce sign up against the wall on top of it. It's not really on top of it, it's just on the wall, like that. Behind this row of deep slate tile walls, you'll place a full row of purple wool from the floor to the ceiling. Left of it, you'll place another row that just has a block open at the floor. And then I would start from the top this time. You'll go back diagonally to the left with a purple wool, and it'll extend down by 2. Then from there, back diagonally to the left by 1, and back 1. And then you'll bring each of these purple wool down. Well, the back one will be brought down to the floor. The front one will be brought down by 4, so it's 1 above the floor. And then cover this in a random assortment of birch buttons for the good old stars. Just kinda... that's the ceiling. That's not quite right. Kinda like this. You can add as many or as few as you'd like. Now, you're going to come all the way to the back left-hand corner, and along the floor here, you'll place an andesite wall. From that, you'll place essentially 2 going forward diagonally to the right. You'll then go back diagonally to the right with 1. Back diagonally to the left with 1, and then if you go forward diagonally to the left, there'll be another wall here, and then you'll go forward diagonally to the left with another one, which should actually, you'll need to be placing something. Each of these andesite walls can be brought up by 1. Kind of gives you like a star shape almost, if you look at it from a side. Now, what we had on the right side is actually the same here on the left, kind of. From the middle deep slate tile wall of this row of 3, you'll bring it forward with 2 cobblestone walls, and above the back one, you'll place a spruce sign on the wall. And, yeah, once you have done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is your 5 Nights at Freddy's sister location remake map complete. This was certainly more hectic, I think, than the original one. The original one was... honestly, it was probably one of my better original FNAF maps, but it still sucked, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why I used lime terracotta for that main room. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, let me know what you guys think of this one in the comments down below. And with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace!